welcome back to my channel. I am so super excited today to show you something that has arrived in the mail, and oh my god, I've been waiting absolutely ages, and today I'm going to show you some new Viseart palettes that I've bought and they've just arrived and I cannot wait to show you. So let's get started. So I heard that Viseart was launching new Theory palettes, and those are their smaller palette pans. Really love the brand, and I love the Theory palette that I already have, which I think is in the shade Minx. It's beautiful colors, beautiful formula, and I wasn't really in the market to get one of their larger pans, one of their larger kind of shade collections, which I think has about 12 pans in a palette. So I was super excited when I heard they were launching new ones with new colors, and they looked incredible. And there was a specific website which I think was called Muse Beauty Pro that was the first in the US to launch them. They have some sort of collaboration with Viseart, and they were launching them with a special, so you could get 2 palettes and with a free brush at the same time. So I thought I might as well pick it up. I pre-ordered, and then I waited absolutely ages for when the palettes were actually released, and then I had to wait for them to ship them to me as well. First off, before I dive into the package, what actually happened was I received an email saying that unfortunately there was a bit of a delay on the supplier side, and the palettes weren't actually going to be released or shipped off until a little bit later than the expected shipping date. And what they said was, really sincere apologies, and to make up for the delay we're going to include additional products in the package. So I was just really touched by that. I was quite grateful, and I wasn't really much in a rush to receive the palettes, and shipping was going to take ages anyway, so I was just really waiting for them to say when it was being delivered, and I would have been happy anyway. But it was a really nice touch for the company to say, regardless that there was a delay and it wasn't their fault, they were still going to make it up to their customers. I thought that was really nice from Muse Beauty Pro, and it just really showed that they're a really decent company, and I experienced no problems with the shipping. I received everything, and it was just a really great customer service. This is my package, and I am going to open it and show you what is inside. Oh, so lovely. Everything is packaged in bubble wrap, which is really cool, and there's a little card. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. There's a little... Oh, there's a deadline as well. There's a little competition which they're running. They say, show us your theory to win more Viseart, and show us your new Viseart theory palettes on Instagram, and you can win your choice of any full-size Viseart palette and some of our favorite ESUM brushes as well. That is really cool. So excited about that. That would be really cool. But let's get to the actual products themselves. So first thing is the brush. So this is from a brand called ESUM or ESUM. I've never heard of them before, but they are sold, I think, either exclusively or through Muse Beauty. And this one is the small round flat angle brush. So I've never actually heard about this brand before, and I've never tried their brushes, but it was part of the this whole kind of special that they were running, so I received this as part of the package. Feels quite solid. It's got a metal, trying to take out the little brush head, which isn't coming off. There we go. So it's got a little plastic handle. It's silver. It's got the brand name on there, and it just says this is T37, so it doesn't actually say the name of the brush itself. Oh, it's very soft. That is very nice. That is the brush itself, which is very odd. I've never seen a kind of brush that looks like this. So you can see that it's angled, but the top is actually rounded. So I'm not really sure what I would use this for. I think it is an eye brush, maybe in socket line, I'm thinking. I might have to do a little bit of digging around and reading up on what this can be used for, but it feels incredible. It feels really, really soft and really nice quality, so I'm quite happy about that. So first thing I can see, this is the Viseart Petit Pro palette. So this is the one that they've included as an extra gift for the late delay in delivery, which is really sweet of them. And I was really excited about this because I did look at the Petit Pro and not regretted, but kind of wished I have bought this instead of the Theory Minx palette, just because I knew that there were more shades in here, and this is what it looks like. It's just really, really nice. So all of the small palettes come like this. It comes in a cardboard packaging and you lift it up, and it's got this little kind of lift up flap, and the palette rolls down like this. So it's kind of like an artist brush set, which I really appreciate. And there's a little cover which I'll just remove. There is a small mirror attached to it, and the colors just look really lovely. So this is the Petit Pro, and you can see that there are all shimmers on one side. There's 4 shimmer shades and 4 matte shades. So it's distributed very much like their Theory palettes, except the pans are a lot smaller. So this is just fantastic for traveling, and all of the shades I can see myself using. There's a couple of cooler tone shades and some warmer shades as well, and most of it quite neutral. So if you're someone who just, you know, wants something very easy to take along with you while you're traveling, I think this is a great little palette, and I will swatch it as well. But all of the shades I'm really excited about because they're all shades that I would wear as well. So that is really cute, and I'm quite glad to get that as a free gift as well. The first palette that I chose is the eyeshadow palette. So this is the Viseart Theory eyeshadow palette in the shade Nuance, and it's one of their new ones. I think they released 2 new eyeshadow palettes as well as 2 new cheek colors. So I picked this one up, and this is in the same format as their normal Theory palette, so exactly the same as the one that I have in Minx. And oh, it's so pretty. And one of the key difference that they did with this Theory palette is that they included a mirror, so you can use it on the go. So the previous iterations of the Theory palettes didn't have a mirror. It just came with the cardboard flap and then the product itself. And comes with a little cap, and these are the colors. So I think the other one that they released was very purple, cool tone, and this one is rose gold, a lot more rosier purple shade. There's a brilliant kind of gold shade in here as well. So I'll show you. That looks like that. It's just gorgeous colors, look at that. And another difference between this palette is that you can see that there are no matte shades, so they're all shimmer in here, whereas previously you would have seen 3 of the shades would be matte and 3 of them would be shimmer. So it's a little bit different, and I'm really, really excited to start swatching these and using this. A little bit difficult, I suppose, to not have a matte shade in there to do any crease work or blending work, but still the colors look incredible, so I'm really, really excited. And then I picked up one of their highlighter, blush and bronzer palette. So I haven't actually tried any of the Viseart face products. I've just had the eyeshadow, so I was really, really excited. And this one is called Ablaze, and I think it is the warmer toned one. So I tend to gravitate towards warmer tone shades, and this one just looks really cool. And this is what it looks like. Again, it is the same size as the Theory palette, comes with a mirror, and then you just have 3 shades in here. So it comes with a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer as well. And this is what it looks like. And it's just that middle blush shade looks so beautiful. It looks really bright and vibrant, really great for summer and spring as well. I'm very excited. I'm also interested to see whether the bronzer shade will show up on me. It looks a little bit light, but you know, I'll try that out. And then you have the highlighter shade as well. So it looks really nice. And again, if you're thinking about traveling, great for traveling. They're so compact and they just kind of fold up into a little palette that looks like that. Moving on to the swatches, I'm going to start with the face palette first and move backwards. And I'm just reading the back of the packaging. And it says that this has about 9 grams of product and made in France, and also Viseart is a professional makeup brand. I actually looked at a video from, I'm trying to remember her name. I follow her on YouTube and she's really great for showcasing really fruitful reviews and really full-on reviews as well. And what she did was she interviewed one of the kind of brand ambassadors of Viseart, as well as one of the owners of Muse Beauty Pro, and they were talking about the collaboration and what the thoughts were behind the palettes and how they came about with all of the ideas, and it was really interesting. So I will pop a link down below to that video and what that channel is, because I really like her, and I'll leave the comments down below. But first, let's just move on with this. So I'm going to just swatch them with my hands, put them on the back of my hand as well, and just show you my first impressions, what I think about the formula, and whether it stands up to the rest of the Viseart brand as well. Start with the highlighter shade. Oh, that's really smooth and creamy. Just look at that. Formula is just really smooth. It looks really super pigmented. That's a neutral highlighter shade, and it looks light as well. So I think that would perform oh my god. I was gonna say that would perform really well across all skin tone. It might be a little bit, I'm not gonna say chalky because the formula is really creamy, but it might be slightly bit too light if you're a darker skin tone. But that is great pigmentation. Look at that. Just beautiful shine, and really pigmented as well. So gonna move on to the cheek shade. That is less creamy, but again, picking up a lot of pigment. That's what it looks like. It's a slightly corally pink, and that is what it looks like on the back of my hand. So obviously with cheek products, you would build them up on your brush and then buff them out on the cheeks. It does feel a little bit drier than the highlighter shades, and drier than the eyeshadow as I remembered them. So a little bit of a difference in formula, but that color looks really cool. And then moving on to the bronzer shade, and that feels the same as the blush shade, so a little bit drier, not as creamy, and that is what the color looks like. There we go. That does look a little bit too light on my skin tone. Yes, it does. So that is what the bronzer shade looks like. It's not that dark at all, so I think that would work really well on fairer skin tones if you're lighter than I am, which is not that difficult to do. There you go. So it kind of looks like a really super light bronzer color. What I would potentially use that for is if I'm feeling a little bit too pale, which sometimes does happen, because if I'm spending a lot of time just indoors, especially now that it's the summer, I'm going to be avoiding the sun in Dubai, and I'm just going to be in air-conditioned rooms and not getting any sun at all, so I might get a little bit paler. And also occasionally I find a couple of foundations that I have a little bit too light, a little bit too pale, so I can use that to just sort of warm up my skin, and it wouldn't look too heavy or too dark on me, because that's a very natural color for me. So that is the cheek palette, or the face palette. I am so super excited about the highlighter. I think that formula of the highlighter is fantastic. It is impeccable. I can't wait to try that on my cheeks, and I'm interested to see how the other two shades perform on me as well. To move on to swatching the actual eyeshadow palette, and again, this is one of the new shades, and it just looks really pretty. So I'm gonna go maybe down a row and down the other row, I think. let's try the shades here. So I've got what looks like a very, very light pale highlighter, a golden tone shade, and then a kind of darker, almost plummy purple there. So, oh, just, ooh, okay. I do feel a difference in formula when I'm picking them up with my fingers, and this is what it looks like. So that is the highlighter shade. It's completely blinding. It's almost silvery white, and the formula feels very, very similar to what I expected for a Viseart Theory palette. So creamy, really lovely. That is the golden shade. The payoff is a lot lighter than I thought it would be, and it's a little bit drier, so similar to the blush shade. And then you have the dark plummy shade, which was amazing, really dense, really creamy, and just feels absolutely incredible. So I'm going to swatch them on the back of my hand. Oh, that plummy shade, it is gorgeous. So that is the highlight shade, the gold shade, and then that lovely plum color, which is just beautiful. Just excuse a little bit of excess. I was a little bit surprised about the gold shade. Its payoff isn't as good as I expected. It's not as pigmented as I expected, and it was a little bit dry, and it's sort of a little bit patchy as well. I can see it catching on the back of my hands. But I also really like the sheen. I think that would look incredible as a highlighter as well. So you can probably use some of the lighter shades as highlighter colors, which is, you know, exciting. Can use them as a dual purpose, but the formula wasn't as I expected. But let's swatch the other three shades as well. Between the swatches, I'm just cleaning my hands off with a little bit of Bioderma just so I'm not contaminating the colors. And now I'm going to try those three colors at the top, and they feel creamy, exactly like the normal formula. So these are the three colors on top, and they're all kind of various shades of purple. So that is a very, very kind of very light pink. It looks like it has a little bit of a pink shift. Then you have a kind of rose golden color that looks so pretty, and then a very vibrant, slightly kind of cool tone fuchsia pink purple, kind of throwing out all the colors in there, but that looks very, very nice. And again, very kind of creamy, very soft shades. So let me swatch those at the back of my hand. Beautiful payoff, really, really pigmented, and you can kind of see the difference between that pink color and that highlighter shade. It's got a bit of a shift to it, if you can see that. Beautiful rose gold, and then that bright pop of color, I think just goes really well. So you can see that all of them are these kind of satin shimmer shades. There's no matte colors, there's not really a crease shade in there, and there's not a lot of blending shades either. So I can see someone using this palette in conjunction with something else. I would probably do that as well. I would use it with one of my other palettes. I would even mix it with my Minx palette, pop in that bright purple, and then blend it up with some browns and some matte shades. But aside from that sort of golden color, I'm really, really pleased with all of the others. They seem really pigmented and blendable, and just really nice. So very excited about those. I would see about that golden shade and just try maybe blending it out a little bit more. Finally, just because it's here, I wanted to swatch the Petit Pro palette as well, just so you can see the colors. I'm going to start off with the matte shades at the top and then go down to the shimmer shades at the bottom. So let's see. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful formula. Again, these are the matte shades, and really soft, again, very creamy. You've got a bit of a white, a cool tone brown, a much darker kind of almost plummy brown. That is beautiful. And then a kind of charcoal color right there. I'm not really sure where to swatch these. I'm gonna try at the back of my hand somewhere. I really want to show you how they differ from the other palette, but I don't think I'm able to, so I am going to swatch them at the back of my hand. So this is what it looks like. Apologies, I don't know how to show this. You've got the very dark shade, the plummy, the brown almost blend right into my skin tone, and then you have the pale white as well. This is just not working out in terms of the swatching, but I can say that it looks really, really nice. And then moving on to the shimmer shades. So you've got a kind of taupey that has no payoff. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Oh, that's so weird. So that taupe color actually reminds me a lot of the gold tone that is in the Theory palette that I just showed you. It's got a kind of harder, drier consistency, and you almost cannot see any payoff, but this is what it looks like. So you've got a kind of silvery shimmer, a gold tone that is beautiful payoff, a kind of coppery color, and then a purple that is a lot cooler tone than the one that is in the Nuance palette. And I'm just gonna swatch them at the back of my hands. The shimmer shades perform a lot better when you're swatching them, and you can see with the payoff, so the purple, and then you have that beautiful copper shade, the gold, and then that silvery shimmer, so that's what it looks like. So those are all the shades, and I'm really, really keen to try that out. It'll be a very nice travel palette. I think I'll get a lot of use out of it. And I'm kind of glad that that gold tone worked out a lot better. It was kind of what I expected in the other Theory palette, but this one is very, very nice. Just to kind of end it off, I wanted to say that if you wanted to depot these into your own palettes, you can do that as well. So you can see that there are little grooves on the side of the shade. So you can actually just lift these pans out and depot them and put them into your Z palette or any other sort of freestyle palettes that you have, if that's what you want to do and create your own palettes as well. So I think that's really cool, especially if you're a makeup artist or you have a lot of eyeshadows and you just want to consolidate all of your palettes. That's a very nice idea. And that concludes the entire video. I hope you enjoy it. Please click the like button below, as well as the thumb up sign if you did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about the palettes. Did you pick up one of the new Theory palettes? And what did you think about them? Which shades did you buy as well? Did you get the one that I have, or did you get the other one? So if you're new to this channel as well and you would like to see more videos, please click the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you next time. If you want to see those palettes in action, whether it's an eye look or you want me to swatch them and create new eye looks on myself, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to indulge, and I'll see you next time. Bye.